but you can't ignore. Laugh through the grit, yeah, we carry it proud. Cooties in the house, say it loud. Hospital halls to the game night crew, lifting up the vets, yeah, we do what we do. From hard days past to the mic tonight, we turn it up strong, ready to ignite. Hey, hey, sound off, let the stories roll. From the trench to the mic, yeah, we're heart and soul. Laugh a little louder, let the good times start. Cootie Trench Talk, straight from the heart. Hey, hey, Auxiliary, bring the fire and cheers. Standing with the vets year after year. Side by side, yeah, we play our part. Auxiliary spirit, heart to heart. Left, right, keep it moving strong. If you served your time, then you belong. Laugh, heal, yeah, we've earned that right. Now we bring that energy every night. Hey, hey, sound off, let the whole world hear. Cootie Trench Talk, coming in clear. You're in the trench now. Hey!
Welcome. It's another episode of we have Cootie Trench Talk and Auxiliary Spirit. With me, you have Cootie Shadow and my lousy guest, Author Ash. I kind of wanted to do that the whole time. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. That's me. I'm
Well,
lousy.
Well, welcome. Right? We're having another great Monday. Your
Yeah.
Monday sounded like it was starting off awesome. You want to hit off with how your day or your weekend was?
You know, I actually I have my stepsons and my birthday is tomorrow. So we celebrated a little bit early on the gift getting for me on Saturday. All I wanted was to go to Joseph Beth's, which is a bookstore in Lexington, and it's incredible. It's like 2 stories. It's beautiful. I love it to death. And I was like, all I want is to go to Joseph Beth's and spend like $100, right, on books. I just for myself, go in there, spend however much I want, and I did, and I walked away with like 7 books. And then we went and did a little bit of shopping with them. They're really into golf. So Saturday morning, we took them to their first golf lesson at the fort that we're by. And then Sunday had Father's Day with my husband, and we had his 3 boys. My dad came over with my mom. So I got to hang out with the lousiest person I know, Scott.
Right?
I know. It's really funny because my youngest calls him old man to his face. And it's just like
Wow.
he's so dramatic and so snarky. He's like, whatever, old man. And I'm like, you are putting your life in your own hands. But okay. And they decided that their Father's Day card that they got for Papa Scott was actually a birthday card. Because it had talked about how they were an old person. And he was like, we need to get this for Papa Scott for Father's Day. And I was like, you realize it just talks about how he's old, right? And they were like, yeah, no, we know. No, okay, you know what? Who am I to disagree with the children? So, how was your Father's Day?
Well, I had actually pretty busy week.
Yeah.
It included lots of racing, lots of putting back together. Thursday, to give you an example, we had our summer series race, which my son ended up going into the 160 race, and he was doing really good. He got ready to go into the senior Honda race, which was like the last race of the night, and a couple laps in, and he destroys his car. He did
Oh
everything
no.
right though. Somebody spun out in front of him, and here he comes, kind of just crashes in.
Ugh.
Um, so unfortunately, we did have to kind of spend a little money on getting an axle put in and
Mm.
um, just rebuilding the car Friday. We knew what we had to do, but we knew we needed to rest because a week prior I was doing the same thing and I was in the hospital that evening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're just not catching a break on this car, right? I get the car put together. It's after midnight Friday night or into Saturday morning, and oh, my I didn't get much rest, and then Saturday was an all day thing, and I I went and I hung out with my son and my dad, and we hung out all night Saturday. We went to Bowman Gray
Oh.
Stadium, and then on Sunday, I woke up to whatever I wanted to eat for breakfast and lunch. I
Right.
had Biscuitville for breakfast. For lunch, I wanted. I told her I'll take Arby's or I can't remember which one it was. Um, Goodness gracious. Anyways, so you see how important that was. I ended up
Mhm.
going. Oh no, it was Buffalo Wild Wings. Is where we ended up getting lunch,
Ooh,
and it was
that's a
really
good
good. It
place.
was. It actually was really good. I just remembered that because that was the other. For some reason, I was like, it's chicken. I remember having chicken, but like I definitely would have said Chick-fil-A, but we know Chick-fil-A is not open on
They
Sundays.
are not open on Sundays. Yeah.
So that definitely wouldn't have been the destination of choice. But
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings, they just opened up one of those Buffalo Wild Wings expresses in our little
Ooh,
city, and it's to go orders only.
that's
So
interesting.
yes, it is super good too. It's like
All
everything that you
right.
imagine when you go into the sit down restaurant, minus the tip. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not getting a
Yeah.
server. Most likely, if you don't, look, if I have to have a drink like a soda or something like that, I would much rather get it a lot cheaper than
Right.
spending it at a restaurant price.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm getting it to go, I'm gonna get something a little different. Um, Sunday night though, I was invited over and we had Boston butt barbecue, North Carolina style.
Ooh.
My dad had made it, and there was um, a huge family event. And my grandfather was
Aw,
there. He's 93,
that's awesome.
um, Korean War veteran. So you had four generations there celebrating Father's Day, and it was hilarious. Right, my son. We're
Mm-hmm.
like the last ones there. It's my son, my wife, my dad, and my grandpa. Right, we're all just sitting around,
Right.
and what was cool yesterday, we found the what are they called? The Savannah bananas, right? They had Banana Ball on ESPN yesterday. And so we were watching
Really?
this, and everybody was kind of just like enjoying it, right? Look
Yeah.
over, and my son is like, guys, I just want to say happy Father's Day to all of you. Like, I was like, what? This kid.
Amazing.
So had a pretty good time. Um,
Nice.
but yeah,
Yeah, we got to watch the rugby match. The United States Championship rugby game was yesterday. The Hounds won undefeated this season. Um, and so I told Chris that that was another Father's Day present that I managed to get him. I bribed all the refs. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
and
There you
I
go.
I did a terrible thing. We actually made Scott cook his Father's Day steak. I wanted London broil, and Mom was convinced that we were going to also celebrate my birthday yesterday. And I was like, okay, well, if you do that, then I get my London broil because it's the only thing I wanted. And she was like, fine, I'll ask Scott if he'll cook. And he was gracious enough to cook me my London broil. I made the rest of the meal, but he did my London broil. But
That's funny.
yeah, sounds
Um,
like good weekends all around. So
the
let's,
weekend was great, but how's Monday, right? Well,
you
that's
know,
kind of why we're starting late.
we had some technical difficulties with
What?
yeah, with Big Boot, unfortunately.
Yeah, Big Boot's not going to be on today. We will have Big Boot on at a later date. It's a
Hmm.
great topic.
Very
Great,
much so.
yes. And I like talking to Luther. He's awesome,
Yeah,
Mr.
and we're
Luther
gonna
Sawicki.
yeah, and I mean it. This is new. So we have to just give us like a little bit of patience as we're trying to work out some bugs. And if you're at Supreme and
Bug.
you don't know how to find us and you're interested or you want to do more, please come find me. Or if you have a friend who doesn't know and they're going to Supreme, I will have a table set up there. And I will be in Reno. And I don't mind if I have to help you set up your Facebook so you get notifications when we go live. If I have to help you create a Twitch channel so you can access us on Twitch, come find me. I will help you work out technical difficulties. And if you're a chair and you think that you're going to be on the show or you want to be on the show, because we're trying to get all of our Supreme chairs on to talk about your programs eventually,
Yep.
also come find us, or the Cootie or CTG table for
Yes.
information as well. We're more than happy to help you guys get everything set up.
Yep. So we were going to have Big Boot on today.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not going to have him today, but we will have him eventually.
Yes. Hopefully next podcast, I think, is the general hope. We'll see what happens.
But we do have actually quite a bit of information that we can pass on.
We do.
But before we get into that, let's go ahead and hit our sponsors and our
Sponsors.
partners. We got PC Ray Shop, right? It's my business, right? Give
Never heard
myself
of
a
them.
pat on the back, but I am giving it everything I got to help us out, right? All right. So PC Ray Shop's a sponsor. We got the VFW Foundation, right? Thank you for them helping us out. Thank you. Can't have it without Mr. Hal Roche, Chief. Thank you, sir. Um, the partners, we have Viking Bags, we have Helium, Omnic AI, Alexander PC, Ranger Up Coffee, Streamlabs, G Fuel, and Combat Tested Gaming, and Cootie Coffee. What's cool about Cootie Coffee that you guys may or may not know is you can also put in code word Cootie and you'll get 10% off your order. And a portion of the proceeds goes to the Grand of Texas, so that way
So cool.
that'll help out the Grand there. Don't know how much the percentage is, but I will tell you this: I got about 3-4 pounds of beans, maybe 3.5-4 pounds of beans,
Ooh.
still of this chocolate truffle, Cootie Coffee chocolate truffle.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It's really good. And it
Nice.
was so humid today that I had to ask my friend, "Hey, I love this coffee so good, but is it normal to break out in sweats if it's really humid outside?" And she said, "Yes." And I was like, "Cool."
Mm-hmm. That is a valid question. I
But
mean,
hey, she's got longevity on me. She's got that wisdom, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Not much more than me. Very, very little much more than me.
It's a nice way of
But
saying that you're old.
right. Um I'm letting her down gently because
Mm-hmm.
I know that she's a huge supporter of me. Um, no, I love her to death. Anyways,
Yeah.
so we have Tuesday, the 25th through the 28th of July. We're gonna see a mini Cootie Depot at the VFW National Convention. It
Mm-hmm.
will close at noon on Tuesday, and we all know why, right? Because of the
Yep.
patriotic parade, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a reminder that anybody that's going to the national convention and you are a cootie, you're more than welcome to walk with the cooties at the very, very beginning of the parade. That's where they line up. The cooties are at the very start. And then after that, you can fall back in line. You'll see everybody's running back to get back into their line with their departments. And if they're doing it like they've done it in the past, to my knowledge, it will be lined up in how your department did. So if your department was in fifth place for how each department did for membership or whatever number that is, then your department will be 5 departments back or 5 groups back from the MOC, basically. Because you have your
Right.
national leadership and then boop, 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 right? So, anyways, line them up and it'll be great. You guys come and enjoy the fun and the shenanigans that the cooties do, and then hop in, be professional with your departments and take it
Mm-hmm.
serious. So
And wear your clown outfits.
you can do that. Hey, you know what my son was in Louisville? My son was with the eagle. If y'all saw the
Oh,
little eagle
cool.
walking around, that was my son.
I don't like clowns.
He's not a clown though. He
No,
was
no,
a
I'm
little
I just
eagle.
so at Supreme when we always do the clown walk and the clowns go to our meeting and then go to your guys' meeting,
Oh
my mom makes
yes.
fun of me. And all of our guards that we've had from my first Supreme to now that I've been able to attend, they've all made fun of me because I've had to leave the room and not come back until they're gone.
I
Yeah,
got what you're
yeah.
saying. You definitely
It's
would
always a
not like
bathroom
this
break.
restaurant. You definitely wouldn't like this
No.
restaurant down the
Mm-mm.
street that their whole thing is that.
No.
Like
Mm-mm.
they got on the walls, they got little porcelain ones hanging on swings.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope.
They sell
Not for
ice
me.
cream. Not for you.
I not for me. Nope. I do not want ice cream that much. I can go to a Baskin Robbins to get ice cream, and that
That's not going to be
aesthetic is
terrifying you.
not terrifying. That's right.
Yeah. I blame
But
it. I blame it.
I, yeah, that the serial killers that utilize clowns. I say that they're only one good kid kick to the crotch from going, serial killer. So
That
I
could
stay
be.
away.
Hey, you know
Well,
what though?
they did, I think, did we release? I know that we've got the Supreme Agenda. Um, so we were talking about the clowns wearing your stuff for the parade, which is on Tuesday, the 28th.
Yep.
It looks like in the morning, Supreme Seam Squirrel Tracy will be addressing the VFW National Convention on the
Yep.
28th. Uh, and
And
then you
line
guys
up
have your
for the
patriotic rally and
patriotics
stuff
at
too. Hmm
17:15 when lineup is. And if you
Yeah,
are there,
1800 for the rally.
yeah, that's the SP. That's start time.
Hmm
So anticipate a lot of standing.
hmm
And
And
if
if you
I'm not
haven't,
mistaken,
register and book your hotel room.
it is we got there like 10 or 15 minutes early last time in Louis when I didn't go to Columbus. I went to
Hmm
Louisville and I also went
I mean,
to
obviously the best one.
Phoenix. But when I was at Louisville, I remember we showed up like maybe 10, 15 minutes early and we had the whole wing up there getting ready to go
Hmm
into the hall was completely standing room only. There
Yeah.
was and it was like bumping elbows with people. Like it was
hmm
massive. And then like people are trying to find out where they go, but then they open the doors. That's going to happen at 17:15, y'all. So don't feel like you need a rush to get there because you're going to have more than enough time if you show up 15 minutes before the national convention
hmm
parade, and you'll be able to find where you need to go. Cause I stood around. I don't know. I
Yep.
think I used the bathroom twice standing in line. Like
Oh goodness.
I was, it's
It's a
just like
lot.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Um, also, please, if you have not, register and book your hotel rooms.
hmm
Um,
I just got my airport ticket. I got my airplane ticket for Reno yesterday. That was a fun expense.
yes. Now,
Yeah.
how much is uh how much is the room rate for us?
Uh, ooh, that is a good question. I feel like it was
And is it at the Golden Nugget
130-ish, but let me actually look it up for
or
you guys
Circus
real quick.
Circus?
It is
I can't
at
remember.
I'm getting there. Uh,
We're pulling it up. But I'll go ahead. The
yeah.
patriotic rally starts at 1800. Shortly after that, you'll see on the 29th it'll be VFW business session and the C of A meeting and reception.
hmm
And of course, that's almost like a travel day for basically all the regular membership. Check in at the new hotel. If you're transitioning to a new hotel, some people, just in case you weren't you were curious, it's going to be at Nugget Casino Resort.
Yes.
There
And
is
it's
a link put out
12087.
12087. All right. So it's the the group code is posted and the URL is posted on our Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to our producer.
And you got them on
You
Facebook too.
yes. So yeah, we're gonna have all of that greatness
Mm-hmm.
available. So travel day on Wednesday, of course, unless you're in the C of A or you're part of the business session. Um, we'll have registration
Yeah.
open at 09 on Thursday the 30th.
Mm-hmm.
From 09 to 1100, that's registration. And then
Mm-hmm.
the Open and Supreme Council of Administration for the MOC is at 1000 hours to 1100.
Yeah.
1303, as you know, because that's how we do it. We're going to have our memorial service
Mm-hmm.
set up and rehearsal, and then we'll be going live 1333.
And then a joint opening at 1433.
Yes, and it'll include our presentations to the Buddy Poppy Child, which
Mm-hmm.
if for those that are fixing to go to the Supreme Convention, this is going to be your first time ever doing anything like this. That is impressive.
Oh, it's
I'm telling you
so
right now.
yeah, yeah. It was
um, we
bring change with you everywhere you go, and not just find money. Because I remember the one that we went to. We went to the one in
we're gonna have
Louisville.
cooties, right?
I know,
Gotta
right?
leave it. Gotta leave it to the cooties. Love it. High five.
He snuck over here too, like ducked behind the couch just to do it. Oh my gosh. And they
That's
sent
hilarious.
her, like, she kind of walks around to shake everybody's hand, or they walk around because sometimes it's not a child, a girl. But they walk around and shake everybody's hand, and
Yep.
people tend to just hand cash to them to raise money for the national home.
Yep.
Um,
And
so
it is a national home child. That's who the Buddy Poppy Child is. And it dates back all
mhm,
the way like 100 years ago. Like ever since the national home started, they've been doing something
mhm,
to I mean, but I
yeah,
have I have just looked over. We do also have a registration code thrown up for the MOC that's looking to register, and it goes through the
I
Cootie
don't
Depot.
have the auxiliary one.
We don't,
I'm
yeah.
terrible. I don't know auxiliary members how to pre-register, and I actually know that your Supreme President is currently working on finalizing some stuff for Supreme, so I don't know if she'd answer me if I texted her. So we're just gonna.
Okay.
I will
So,
post it somewhere if we have it.
but with the joint opening, um, we'll do all the presentations. That's where you're going to see.
Hmm.
Um, it says All Star Awards for the Grands and Pup Tents at 1503, but we're also going to see at during that time the Big Boot presentation, the Sky Pilot of the Year,
Hmm.
the Cootie of the Year, and all those other things that are going to take place during that early first day
Yep.
ceremonies and whatnot. Uh, Take a Nerf gun and shoot the the the
Oh,
the beardless Drew
I
James.
yeah.
Did you hear about that?
You know,
He shaved his
I
beard
heard,
off.
yes. Mom went to to Georgia. That was where she was at this past weekend. And sure enough, she came back and she goes, "You will not believe what just happened." I was like, "What?" Yeah, no.
I
Well, and
have
at first, I didn't recognize who he was because I'm terrible at names. And so it wasn't until they were like, "Do you remember the guy who dressed up in the black and white, had the really long beard?" And I was like, "No, he didn't." Wow.
Correction, I have to correct myself. Cootie of the Year is done during the installation banquet for all of like the new Supreme.
But we do the
Yeah,
big boot
our
together,
newest
which I
member,
like.
James Drew. But yeah, he got it cut off, and for a
Yeah.
wonderful reason. He might want to
Hmm.
yap at Robbie Norman because Mr. Robbie Norman can grow some
He did the same
luscious
thing.
facial hair.
He
Yeah,
does.
and it's
And
fast.
and he did his, I feel like
At
he
the
did it
Supreme
twice, didn't he?
Convention. So
Yeah.
I was the historian for his installation, and I was asked to take his pictures prior to him shaving,
Mm-hmm.
and then he shaved right before the Supreme scratch
Yeah.
that night before
Uh-huh. He did it in Louisville. He did it in our hospitality room that Grand
the
Kentucky
The
set up.
Kentucky one,
Uh-huh.
yeah. And I was in there
Yeah.
with my phone, and we were live on Facebook. Let's
Oh, it was so much
go!
fun. It was
The early
hilarious.
phases of the MOC trying to start off. It says,
And it was $16,600 raised for the Department of Washington VFW and Auxiliary Special Projects. So
dude, that's
so
sixteen six
incredible.
hundred reasons.
Uh-huh. And listen,
Maybe he
speaking
got
of
one per hair. You think he only had
that's, yeah,
16,000 hairs? Nah, he
I
had
will
like
cut this
16
one
millions.
hair if you
16 millions.
uh Lori Nettles, who's one of our auxiliary members, she does a lot with our hospital at the Supreme level, said that it was awesome to see in person getting his beard shaved. Which I every time that I go to Supreme, I'm amazed and just in awe of what Cooties can do when we get together. From Robbie shaving his beard to what happened this past weekend, um, and it's one of the reasons why, if we aren't there yet, we are getting close to seeing some certain MOC members sled down in kilts. And I
Well,
know that
we
the
know.
MOC is done reporting, but the Supreme is still going to be able to. We are there. So we have gotten confirmation that we are there.
Yeah. We do have confirmation. They will be
Well,
doing
then.
the kilting of the sledding of the kilts. That's what we'll call it, the sledding of the kilts.
Which is fantastic. Absolutely what needs to happen. I already was planning on going to the National Home this year for Christmas anyway, for various reasons. Um, but that just was like icing on the cake to watch not just my mom, but also Scott sled down that hill. It's going to be beautiful.
Icing on the cake.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know if our producer's ready for that one, but he
I
might
don't
be.
think Scott's ready for that one. He hasn't had to deal with snow in a long time.
All right. So, but I do see we have some green highlights there for Thursday, and that's you guys on
Yes,
our
that's us.
agenda.
The green on the agenda is the MOCA, and at 1600, we'll be doing our Council of Administration. If you have your gold shirts, please wear them, but they're not. I mean, it's required
Not
if you have a gold
mandatory.
shirt, but if you don't have a gold shirt, don't stress it. Because I know my first Supreme that I went to, that I didn't quite have. It was Mom's first year, or my first year with Mom being a Supreme officer, and I was panicked because I was like, Mom, I don't have a gold shirt. Mom, I don't have this. Mom, I don't have that. And she was like, don't, like, that's for, if you don't have it, don't worry, you're still invited. um and then our council administration will start then. The C of A, if you're not aware, and the bylaws are there as well, but auxiliary not in a grand presidents and auxiliary grand presidents are considered part of the council administration and do have a vote. So do attend. And if you're not any of those officers and you're still there, still attend. It's a great learning experience and a great learning curve.
Be a fly on the wall, and you'll be able to take
Yeah.
something. Be a fly on the wall, and you'll be able to take something
Mm-hmm.
back to your auxiliary.
Absolutely. Whether it's seeing how meetings are ran, I'm going to be there. And let me tell you, I've already warned our lovely esteemed Supreme President that I plan on bringing a ton of fun stuff to her meetings. So you can watch me do shenanigans. Who doesn't love that? But do show up regardless of whether or not you're part of the council. Sit in the back, watch what happens. really get a feel for what we're discussing, because even if you're coming into a position where you'll be on the council administration next year, what we're discussing in that first one is going to be very important and will roll over into next year. So there's just tons of stuff to get discussed. I highly recommend that everybody show up, whether you can vote or not.
So that's at 1600, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'll skip what we're doing right there at 1600, and I'll hit that in a second because it kind of runs 1600, 1700, 1800 for you guys. Looks like you got
Mm-hmm.
the VFW Auxiliary President Donna Mills. She has her celebration, right? The
Yes.
social hours at 17, and then the actual celebration is going to be at 18.
18.
Where is
Yeah.
that taking place at?
I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Is
Let me ask a mother.
okay. Well, while you do that, I'll go into what the cooties will be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we'll be doing council of instruction. We'll have some instruction stuff going on. Instructed by the bald-faced James Drew, and we have a pending bylaws town hall, which would be led by the esteemed Mitch Fuller and James Drew, of course. Do you have an answer yet?
No.
Okay.
I will let you guys know as soon as I get the answer, because
We'll put
goodness
it out
knows
on
where she's
we'll
at.
put it out on our socials, which
Mhm.
is kind of something else that's cool, kind of cool that you're doing for us too, right? We're getting our socials online and all that, so
Yes.
we can
We're
update
gonna
you guys
uh-huh.
where VFW Auxiliary President Donna Mills' celebration is going to be at on our
Sure
socials.
can. And we'll be posting the link tree shortly. We could post it now. We have the QR code for it, but I don't have any of the socials currently linked on the LinkedIn tree. Uh, uh, but they are coming out there. So we're going to be on Facebook. We'll be on TikTok and Instagram, or we have a Facebook page. The Facebook page is not going to detract from, we will still go live on this Facebook page every time. The podcast Facebook page is just so we can update you on, hey, this is where the president's gonna celebration is, or rooms are sold out, get your tomb trek wreath, etc. um the live will still happen on the Supreme Facebook page, but yeah, we'll post a QR code soon. It should be done by the end of the week is what I'm giving myself, but I have my stepsons here, so things have been pretty hectic and chaotic, and we're coming to our Department Kentucky convention is this Friday, so it's just been a lot, but
Are
it'll be
you
up there
one of the
soon.
last departments
I
that
think
has?
so. I feel like we have to be, because our department, I don't know. I feel like we are, because we haven't had ours until this weekend, but I wouldn't quote me on that because I don't really know when other
Like
departments are doing
I've
theirs.
listened to like everybody else having theirs. Like think how
Yeah.
much your mom's traveled in the past month, 2 months.
Well, those
Just
were grand mostly. This is VFW department's meeting. Our
correct. Well,
Cootie
they
Grand
do
is in
it.
May.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Our
sometimes they tie them together, and the only one that I really know that is always tied together is GPA. But it also
I think
looks
that
like
just
the
sounds
George is also going to do the same.
I think that's a great idea. Um I know that we've I don't know, I'm a huge fan of tying them together. But I'm also a fan of, if you're not tied together, see if you can get a hospitality room at your department's convention. We're supposed to be the fun organization. Nothing says fun quite like doing hospitality rooms at conferences, but that's just my humble opinion. Uh,
I am looking up.
and then well, you're looking something up, and I'm waiting to hear back from a mother who's very busy, so I'll give her a little bit of grace. Friday, the 31st, we've got from 7:30 to 900 MOC and MOCA registration. 901 or 901. I'm not good with military time. MOCA convention opening meeting will start. And the Supreme officers, please wear your red shirt and black pants, and we'll be doing business, committee awards, election nominations, etc. that day. At 11:30 to 1300, MOCA will have their Allied Luncheon for Supreme staff, which is invitation only. And then 14:03, our convention should be resuming for all of that stuff. And if you're not invited to the luncheon, you will be able to get lunch and relax and probably have way more fun because every year that I've gone to Supreme and seen the luncheon, it just looks like it would be pretty boring. And that's just my humble opinion as someone who's never been to the luncheon.
Yeah. I I have done one luncheon. Um the one that I went to, you had to pay for it
Hmm.
and it was lackluster. It's kind of like going to a
Yeah.
banquet.
Uh-huh.
But not as good
Our
either.
No, I mean kind of. So our department, they do a luncheon for our VFW Auxiliary side, and I'm grateful because my post auxiliary, they usually buy our luncheon tickets. And to be fair, the luncheons there are a lot of fun. In that we sit at a table together and there's raffles and almost like door prizes, but not really door prizes because we're still drawing from it, but it's free. But it's a lot of fun and I really enjoy going to it. The food though is always a little lackluster. Um, but honestly, sometimes banquet foods are lackluster. It's very I'm very particular about my banquet. If I'm paying that much for a dick meal, I want it to at least be edible.
I have gone to just speaking of, past experiences, not necessarily a Supreme convention, but a Supreme C of A, when you go to Tomb Trek.
Hmm.
I don't know how many times I've gone up to the whatever the 16th floor was. We're not going back this year though, because we're in the DoubleTree across the street. But we're not in the Sheraton, but I think it was called like the Twilight ballroom or something
Hmm.
like that. That's
Always
where
a silly name.
we went up there. We paid a lot of money for steak
Hmm.
that I could not even consume.
Yeah.
It
Isn't
was
that awful?
so tough and
Hmm.
it was very disappointing. So I went and
Hmm.
got the chicken the next time and like now I know, but see now what do you order this time? If they go chicken or beef,
Yeah.
huh? Huh? Which one
Yeah.
you want? Because you don't know.
I I'm really
Normally the
good. So
chicken you can go, but
yeah. My favorite thing to do, especially when I go to conventions and conferences when I'm not quite sure what the food situation will be at, even if I have a banquet or a luncheon ticket. The day before, I'll scope out the hospitality rooms and listen to them because a lot of times they'll be bragging about what they're bringing in, and I'm just like, oh, that hospitality room's gonna be doing tacos tomorrow night at the night of the banquet. Okay, well, if the banquet food's awful, I'm gonna go get me some tacos.
that's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely would pay attention. And
Hmm.
it was a little difficult to keep track of some of those foods because it was like some of the well, you knew you could go up to North Carolina's room and you could get breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you wanted. You could
Hmm.
go into Virginia and you get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or you could go into Maryland. I
Yep.
think's the other. Uh, those are the three that are at Tomb Trek. Of those
Hmm.
three hospitality rooms, they're all having something totally different.
They
But
are.
I have gone into one and gone, "Hey, Where's this at?" And they're like, "Oh, dude, that's over there."
Go down a floor.
Yeah. And then I'm like, "Okay." I go down there, and
Yeah.
guess what? It's gone. You're like,
Yeah.
"Damn it!"
Yeah. But I I remember the last Tomb Trek I went to. I think it was the last one. It might have been the one before my last one. I can't remember if Chris was there or not. But the Virginia hospitality room had the like test tube shots in them. I don't remember a lot of what happened that first night that we were there.
Other than you drank a lot of those.
Yeah, other than I had a lot of some test tubes. They were delicious.
That's funny. So
Ah,
we have. Did we go over registration? I can't remember for Friday. Red Shirt Friday.
ooh. Robbie did say on Twitch real quick, and then you're on Friday's MOC events. Possible guest speakers for Supreme are VA Undersecretary and VA Director, but they are still working out the details for scheduling on that. He said that on our Twitch channel.
The VA Undersecretary for Memorial Affairs and the VA Director of Northern Nevada Director Telemonte. Yep, that's from our IP triple S. Still working on details. Wonderful. That is amazing, though. So
Yeah.
MOC, MOCA registration. We're gonna have that 0730 to 09. I don't know why people would only be registering just for the general business session when you could have been hanging out with us all week long. But
I know, right?
registration is open on Saturday.
It's for
until
people like
09.
me. It is for people like me who wait until the last possible minute, and then
You've
I'm like,
been there
oh
all
wait, I forgot I
weekend.
was supposed to do that.
And they're like, "Hey, Ash, you need to come pay. You need to come pay
That's
for
happened
this.
twice.
You've been here all weekend. You got to come pay for this."
I think the first one happened at Supreme, and I want to say it was even the Supreme in, I think it was the one in Louisville, because it took my mom coming up and going, "Have you registered yet?" And I was like, "Oh no, I forgot to do that." She goes, "Ashton, it's Friday. You've been here for 3 days. What are you doing?" And I was like, obviously not registering. And then
I'm so busy.
right. And then the last one was at a tomb track. I completely forgot in space to register for it until I think it was one of the wins came up and was like, "You haven't registered yet. Are you going to do that?" And I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, yeah, no, I do."
You're not wanting to ride that bus, are you? Or even
Right.
go into the scratch.
What? No, me. So just like as remind, if you see me at Supreme, please remind me to register.
I wonder how many reminders you're gonna get.
So many.
So we got the past Supreme Commanders breakfast, which is by invitation only. And at 0918, we will start the Supreme Scratch. General business session continued. And this is where elections will come into place. And then at 09, that's you guys, where your convention resumes.
And it's official uniform if you're a Supreme officer. If not, wear your reds and whites would be my best guess. And then at 11:30 to 1300, we will be breaking for lunch. And our business will be business and elections.
Right. Of course, our luncheon, same time as you guys. It's 11:30 to 1300. And then there's an MOC staff luncheon, and that's where, like, if you're an elected official or if you've been on the Supreme staff, you'll get invited to this luncheon, and it's nice. I've eaten it a couple times. Then you're gonna have your convention resumes at 1300.
Yep. Yeah, 1300 will continue. And then we're also going to do our MOCA memorial service. And that, I know it says Supreme Officer's official uniform, but just out of usually what ends up happening at Supreme is all of us try to show up in our uniforms just because it is our memorial. But if you don't have an official uniform, red and white, absolutely. But yeah, for the most part, it's wear it out of respect. And I know that when I was in Louisville, we had a new Cootie who had asked, or a new auxiliary member who was like, "Well, we just did a memorial service like the day before," which we did jointly with the MOC, and absolutely. But it's just one of the things that the auxiliary likes to do is a little bit more of a, it's just let us know, do it another one.
Right.
So we'll do that for our past members, and then I really find it funny that the MOC is apparently done after lunch because you guys aren't back on there until 1700 when we're all together. No one talks like a bunch of auxiliary members.
That's tentative.
Fair.
If things roll in and they needed
Well,
continued
yeah.
business for some crazy reason,
Mm-hmm.
that gives us that extra time. But we have had it in the past where we didn't have.
Yeah.
It seemed like
Valid.
we didn't have enough time to do the convention
Mm-hmm.
because we were just rushed. So I believe that the leaderships kind of looked at our schedule and said, you know what, we need to make sure that we at least carve this window out where it's a
Yeah.
buffer zone if we have to do any additional.
Which
Um,
is fair. I mean,
yeah,
things happen. People like to run their mouths. Scott likes to talk about a lot, you know. If it runs over, just blame him.
actually, I'm seeing it says the auxiliary always takes just a little bit longer.
It does. I okay, but see, we used to have it, and especially when I was my first 2 years of being an auxiliary president for our local MOCA, we would be like 30 minutes to an hour longer than our pup tent counterparts. And now, uh, let's see, we had our meeting last Sunday, I think, a week ago, and we just sat there outside smoking with the older ladies, chatting for like a good 30 minutes. We were waiting for the MOC side to clean up. It was wonderful.
Being done sucks.
Uh,
Being done first sucks if you're always done first.
yeah, yeah. As far
The
as
the rare the rare one where you're done first,
uh-huh.
that one's fun.
Yeah, but when it's all the time and you're stuck waiting, it's awful. Uh, and then we're being told the MOCA generally have a lot more awards that they give out. That is true. We do give awards for pretty much anything and everything. Um, so that is
You
one of the
guys are
reasons
Oprah Winfreying it up in
we
there?
are. Yeah, you get an
Okay.
award, and you get an award, and you get a citation. Uh,
Everybody gets a clap.
yeah,
Everybody get
everyone
a
gets to
clap.
clap. I am being told that the Donna Mills celebration, you have to be registered for it by July. Um,
Which is coming
and
up quick. Holy
yes, and it
crap.
is
That's next week.
$60 per person, but it looks like there is information on the VFW Auxiliary site should
Okay,
have
so VFW Auxiliary site.
um,
Look up.
the information for it. So if you want to go, it is $60 and pre-register before July 1st is the general consensus for that.
So our Saturday, as you see, the Cooties kind of got it open, but that's when we're going to go into
Mm-hmm.
our social time right before our banquet. And that's where you're going to see the installation. You're going to see
Cootie of the
some,
year,
hopefully, some auctions. Shh. No,
hopefully.
hopefully we get some auctions. It
That
just
was
depends on the rulings
the
of the
rules,
state.
yeah.
But hopefully it works with us, and they're able to do some auctioning off. And as
Mm-hmm.
we all know, uh, I'm trying to think who had the big old bug hat. Was it Bobby? No, can't remember her name. She's out of Tennessee. She had
Don't know which one.
a big old bug on her head hat at Louisville, and that thing got auctioned
Mm.
off. And I want to say it was
Mm.
like
I don't remember who it was, but I do remember what you're talking about.
it was, yeah. I can't remember who had it, but they auctioned that thing off, and like it brought a lot of money. Like,
It did
and
because
it
Mom and I
goes.
went into a little bit of a bidding war and someone else outbid us.
So you guys are to thank for that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but of course, like I said earlier in the whole thing, that Supreme Cootie of the Year actually be done during that banquet.
Billy Cassidy won the hat or brought the hat according to
Billy
Robbie.
Billy Cassidy,
Yeah, our past Supreme
yeah.
President.
I couldn't remember if it was Billy or if it was I can't think of the lady from Arizona. He'll come
Are you
up
talking
with it
about
and he'll be like
Kathy
Kathy
Seipel,
Seipel. Yep.
our other past Supreme President?
Yes. I remember I couldn't remember if it which one it was that had the hat, but He said it was
Billy Cassidy.
Billy
Yeah.
Cassidy. Yeah. All right. So back into Saturday. That's grouped up. We're all going to be doing it together.
Yeah.
We have Sunday, which will be basically a travel day after the C of A. The
Mm-hmm.
goal is to have everybody done with the C of A, at least have you out of your rooms before you have to pay for another day.
Yeah. And I know that
Kind of like Tomb Trek.
they've also got the press club breakfast Sunday
Yes.
morning from 7 a.m. to 8:45, and then
Do you know what the press club
yeah,
is?
I yes and no. Um, I was told like a year ago. No, we were in Louisville. I was told when I was in Louisville that I was supposed to go to it,
I
and
was too.
did not
Do you,
go to it because I promptly forgot.
same. Do you know
This
who was
year,
supposed to who told you to go?
my mom, Dawn.
Eric Bell told me to go.
Yeah. Well, I think Dave also mentioned it because I had talked to Dave about how I wanted to get into the cooties, and he was like, "Oh, well, if you do, like, go to this." And then my mom was like, "Oh yeah, no, you're going to that." And then, like I said, I just promptly it flew my brain and didn't think about it until I went to the council administration, and she was like, "You weren't at the breakfast." So this year I will be there because I was told I have no choice. So.
Oh goodness, it's really kind of like a breakfast where
Mm.
it's a free breakfast for people who put together a here we go. If anyone's interested in joining the press club, please reach out. That's what our producer just said. But the press club, like I said, is open to everyone. If I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken, it's going to be a free breakfast, and they're going to talk about ways that they can use social media, and it's not necessarily like a school of instruction versus
Right.
just a collaboration, everybody kind of getting together
Mhm.
and learning how to share. It's really important for historians to be there. It's really important for um, uh,
Podcast members to be there.
yeah, anybody who's running any of the social media accounts for your
Mm.
pup tents, your grand, anything like that. Um, uh, do we speak in pig Latin? I don't even know that I could do that.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
Cootie style is where you take like your keyboard. So to give somebody Cootie style was just redeemed on our Twitch account, which means somebody watched us for so long they redeemed enough points, which you get like a point for every minute that you watch or something like that. And
Ooh,
is it 10,000 points? I think. Cootie style, Dead Man did 2,500. Oh no, 2,000 points.
2000.
Yeah. So and basically, like you can imagine if your keyboard had to be completely turned around, now play with it for 10 minutes or whatever the term limit is. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
Or you might be playing with a controller, one of our streamers, and
Is
instead of holding the controller like this, you
you
now
have to
have to
hold it
hold the
like that?
controller like
When we were
that.
doing
Doing the
the
podcast, how do we do that?
right. Well, and we were doing the gaming thing and it happened to you, didn't it? Where you had
Yes,
gotten
it
switched
did.
around.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, bet. Challenge
Yeah.
accepted. And I used my mouse because we were doing the scribble on the thing, and I couldn't. Like
That's
I was,
right.
yeah, it
Oh,
was so
yeah.
bad.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's 5 minutes that you have to play with this cootie style, but it can only be done every hour. So if you're the person who throws in that cootie style 2,000 points, it doesn't matter who the streamer is in CTG. The streamers know what cootie style is, and if you redeem it on them, they got to have fun with it.
I
Um,
mean, listen, I don't know if
we
you
should
can. I
flip the
can.
cameras upside down. hold on. What if I can
Give
I?
me a second here because I've got a
How's
little
this?
web camera.
No.
Here, I'll hold it. How's that? Oh, that's terrible. I don't like this at all.
Mine's AI. It's gonna like try to correct
Yeah,
itself
mm-mm.
and
Mine's a wonderful Walmart webcam, so I can physically hold it upside down. This is gonna suck for 5 minutes though. Getting my arm workout in. Uh,
Yo,
I'll take one for
chat
the team for the
the
lulz.
chat the chat is freaking out. Like
Yeah.
not necessarily the Twitch chat and stuff. Our literal chat inside of the radio station
Right.
is freaking out right now.
Uh,
It's like blink, 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 blink.
yeah, yeah,
It's fun though.
yeah. So it looks like Supreme's going to be a fun, and I will say, as a 12 auxiliary members, we might be doing some instructional stuff throughout Supreme Convention, some trainings that'll be optional, but pretty fun. Uh, we've already talked a little bit on most of our episodes about how I'm doing like a social, unofficial social media table that will have some kind of, if you want to learn how to run a social media page for your auxiliary, come find me. And if you want to run it for your pup tent as well, you can also come find me because I don't mind talking your ear off about it. But having instructional stuff on maybe like how to run a meeting or a little bit more in depth on like how do you fill out a hospital report, stuff like that. So it's to be discussed. Just like if you'll notice on our schedule that our time for when we start our council administration for the new year is to be discussed.
TBD. So I actually love how that incorporates with some of the information, like just talking about how that
Mm-hmm.
can happen. In our past MOC only Zoom that we just had last week, right after game night, we went in and we had a history lesson. Every MOC Cootie that was in good standing, that was in attendance, got schooled on what the Cooties were developed for, who created us, and why we were created. If you had to guess, what would you think that the MOC was created for?
Oh gosh, put me right on the spot, I guess.
Do you think it was for hospital work?
I would assume hospital work, yeah.
No. No. Nope. 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 Nope.
Okay.
So it was actually for recruitment. It was a recruitment tool in the
Interesting.
early phases during World War One, right? It wasn't until we got into World War II, 1942, when "Keep 'em Smiling and Beds is White" was coined.
Hmm, that's really interesting.
Very
And I
interesting.
like, so I know that one of the big things that mom and I have really been trying to do, specifically on the local level, but also, I mean, obviously that kind of stuff trickles up, is working on recruitment, because it's hard sometimes to find members out there. And one of the things that she wants to really drive home is doing like membership drives for your VFW, because that's a pool of people that if you're the one who gets them to join the VFW, they're more likely to listen to you when you talk about the Cooties, and also join us as well. Um, but also just because, I mean, we can't exist without them, you know?
Right.
If your post is suffering, absolutely see what you can do to help get the membership up and at the post level, regardless of whether or not someone joins the Cooties because of it or not.
Right.
Uh, and yeah, new members when starting an MOCA, I feel like I already mentioned this, and maybe I
Like
did it
last
in a
week? Last
Zoom.
week?
Was it last week when I mentioned that my husband is really great at recruiting, but the only Cooties that he recruits are the ones who are married to other potential Cooties? No, no, I think I froze. Or maybe did we lose Shadow? Shadow froze. Okay, well, it's not me this time, but it looks like we are having a minor technical difficulty with my co-host. Uh, never leave me in charge. I like that Cootie Robbie, which is our past Supreme Seam Squirrel, uh, said that we started out as the social degree and we have always been the fun degree. I like that personally. I'm a huge fan of being fun. While I don't have Shadow, I will say that we do our Cootie of the month and our auxiliary member of the month. And since this is the fourth Thursday, this is our Cootie of the month, or our auxiliary member of the month. And this year, our month, we are going to have Todd Carvel out of Georgia. He is an auxiliary president. He is very passionate about the Cooties and instrumental in the expansion of the Cootie Auxiliary in Georgia. He's a member of Operation Reboot and helping to propel the MOCA into the future. He's an active hospital volunteer and an active engaged VFW auxiliary member as well. And this nomination was from a anonymous source. If you all are curious how to nominate, we have it on our Supreme Facebook page. It will be on all of the podcast socials as well. Please get on there and nominate. You do not have to. There's been some kind of confusion a little bit from where I've seen. You do not have to be a Cootie to nominate a Cootie. If you have an auxiliary member you want to nominate and you're a Cootie, feel free to nominate that auxiliary member. Auxiliary members, if you see a Cootie who's doing incredible Cootie stuff, nominate that Cootie. We would love to have some more nominations come trickling in. My goal is to have so many nominations that I can't possibly pick one. And the great news is that once you nominate someone, they will stay in that pile of nominations. So it's not like, oh, I nominated Shadow this month. Well, now I have to go back and renominate him because he didn't win it. He will stay in that pile until he gets talked about on it. So nominate
Right.
people.
Yes.
Hi, Shadow. Welcome back.
Can you hear me?
I
'Cause
can hear you. Can
My
yeah,
audio
you're
sounds
good.
amazing. Wonderful. All I can say is I paid my power bill and they still did me wrong. I apologize about that. It wouldn't be technical difficulties if we didn't all experience them.
It's been the Monday of technical difficulties.
Yep. So I did kind of tune in because Twitch came up before this, and I was like listening into you talk about the Cooties of the month, and the MOC does the same thing. You submit this, it goes into the same pile because it comes to mine and Ash's inbox as well as our producer and the Supreme President, the Supreme Commander, Seam Squirrel, and the producer and me and Ash are the ones that are helping figure this out. So anybody that wants to
Yes.
submit somebody, if you feel like, you know what, this person is killing it in the MOC, go ahead and submit their name on that link. We'll have it out in our URLs, but I
I
do
think it's
have a
pinned to the
flyer. We do
Facebook
have a
page as well.
flyer. Yeah, we have a little flyer you
Yeah.
can take a picture of. All right, so we do have Cootie Robbie immediate past Supreme Scene. He says that the shift focus to hospital work started after World War II because VA hospitals were in deplorable condition, and even back then that they had realized that more morale is a big factor in rehabilitation. A positive outlook can have a positive influence to you healing. I
Very much
just
so.
heard why my power went out.
Storms.
Yeah, we got
You
a
can
storm
keep that on
coming
your
through.
side of the country.
Hey, I'm on your side. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Like,
well,
we got
whoops.
a couple mountain range in between us, but we know that ain't real mountains.
We had a I, we have our stepson or my stepsons, and last night's storm got so bad that, and what sucked was my other half. He was watching the news, and we had one that was making its way to. He was right along the river and right by Brandenburg, where we live, like on this side of Brandenburg up here. I'm really terrible at math, and he was like, "Okay, we'll be fine because that cell's not terrible." And then the self neck like following it in though was headed straight towards us, so we left and went to his dad's because his dad's has a basement, and sure enough, our county had two confirmed last night, so it was a good thing we stayed where a basement was at. But y'all can
So
keep these storms. You can have some too, dead man. We'll share.
if I can't make someone's day better, who am I to make it worse? That is a wonderful
Mm-hmm.
policy. I love that.
Me too. And speaking from experience, just watching how people in the Veterans Center reacted, it's incredible how much a positive outlook can have on people. It's one of the reasons that when I left, I really campaigned hard for raises in a lot of the positions that they have because, shocker, the government doesn't pay their employees enough. Um, and it just, a huge part of it is the environment and keeping the environment happy. And I love the fact that we go in every Saturday or once a Saturday a month to enjoy ourselves with our veterans, and they all love it. I know that when we go in this next month to visit, one of the veterans is going to look at me and go, "So when am I going to the VFW again?" No matter how many times we tell him, "You can go to the VFW whenever you want. We will let you in."
Exactly. I don't have to be the one that takes you either.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, it looks like, real quick, one of the things that our producer wanted us to talk about was Supreme Seam Squirrel. Is it the Supreme Seam Squirrel who was invited to the Department of
Yes.
Wyoming convention
Yeah.
to talk about the cooties? And the general buzz seems very positive about restarting a pup tent there in Wyoming, which
Yeah.
is incredible.
Right.
Uh,
And that was actually, she was there not only discussing the cooties like MOC, she was also
mhm.
discussing the MOCA.
Yeah.
So
I,
that's
one of the good
awesome.
things we have about our current Supreme leadership is the two of them really do work so hard on not just promoting one side over the other.
Yeah.
And I like that. I feel like we have to do that because again, some people are like my other half who only talks about the great the cooties do and doesn't consider the fact that that person is married to a fellow cootie.
Mother in law, Cootie.
I know, yeah. That is an excellent point. Maybe that's what I need to start
Cootie.
targeting now. Instead of spouses, it needs to be like, do you have a child? Do you have a kid? Can I get your kid to join the Cootie Auxiliary? Do you have a parent?
So there used to be a saying that for, yeah, when you're going in the hospitals trying to get their parents to, or their children to come in and join the
Hmm.
Cooties.
Heck yeah. I'll do it if I have to. I
You're
don't
like,
want to have
yeah,
to be
she
that person,
doesn't.
but
Oh man, but you know the really bad part, and this is kind of morbid for our group, right? Is that we do go in there and we do see veterans who are under supported, who are under visited, and their
yes.
families do not care about them.
Hmm.
They are a burden,
We had
and
I will say that if they are there are a couple of veterans that I've seen where I mean they're practically dead all I mean they're on the doorstep. They are ready for it. And one of the things that we tell families is that they can still hear you. Like their audio factor, like their ears are one of the last things to go. They can still hear you regardless. And I had one family that they sat there and were just talking about how they couldn't wait for him to be gone. And like I get it to an extent, but he is right. They can hear you. So one of the things you could do for hospital work, and this is just me spitballing, see if your veteran center or hospital or nursing home has a veteran who's like that and who is under whose family doesn't have a whole lot of support, and see if you can just sit with them and hold their hand. You know,
Spot or
read a
lean
book
in
to
on them.
them.
Lean in
Yeah,
on
do
them.
something.
They don't have that person that gets to come in and check in and see, hey, Dad, did you get everything you needed today
Hmm.
or this week? Or they're probably, maybe they got a visit for Christmas, maybe
Yeah,
it
yeah.
maybe not.
Hmm.
It's very sad. I hope I'm never in that situation, but if I am, I hope I am in the mental world ward, so that way that I have no idea what's going on around me.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Even then, though,
experiencing
I mean,
like, I really hope that I don't run Robbie, my son, off,
hmm,
from wanting to be a part of my life. And
yeah,
unfortunately, a lot of these Vietnam veterans that are kind of getting into the early phases of having to go and seek this assisted living care and all that, that our Korean War veterans and our World War II veterans have already established. They're having to go out into this world, and
hmm,
they may not have the support of their families at all. So,
yeah. But
um,
again, I mean, that's one of the reasons why the work that we're doing is so incredible as well. Um, but the other thing is I just see, you don't have to go in a group. If your group does it on a day that you can't, just ask. You might have to ask your hospital contact for them. Hey, what's a day that I can come in, or can you give me the contact information for that place? But you don't have to go in a group, and sometimes that's honestly, sometimes that's the best thing for the veterans is when you go in as one singular person and you just go find a veteran who really needs the company, and you bring a little bit of compassion and understanding into that veteran's life.
so I can speak from my experience. When I go to the state veterans home down the street here, like, they are so welcoming. Like, it don't matter. They could be
Mhm.
doing dinner, and they're like, "No, come on in, come on." You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but I've also learned that there's never a good time inside of a nursing home to, when can I work myself in? Because
Mhm.
there's always going to be something. Like, if you put out in your, I'm going to try to visit every single veteran in the home today.
There's not enough time for that.
You're going to run into somebody who's out
Mhm.
doing an appointment or
Yep.
getting their hair cut, or maybe they're in the rec center or rec room,
Mhm.
or they're everywhere. And it's
Yeah.
hard to actually visit with everybody.
Mhm.
People who have done the visiting in some of the bigger facilities know exactly what I'm talking about. The smaller ones, yeah, they're pretty
Mhm.
manageable. But most of your, they used to call it back in the 70s and the 80s, when they would take a mental patient, they would call it warehousing. That's extremely similar to the way that I feel that our elderly are being taken care of in some of these nursing facilities, is that they're being
Yeah.
warehoused. You are now a spot, you have this spot on this shelf, and we're going to keep you here. Like, it's
Yep.
warehousing. Like, this is where you live now. There is no
Mhm.
other place for you. And
It's
when you get
sad.
to that point, yeah, like, if you, I want, I have not been on that as a recipient of having the feeling that the feeling that everybody has left you, and that
Mhm.
you are completely left alone. I have not had that feeling, and I hope I never do.
Mhm.
But a lot of the veterans that are inside of these homes
They
have
do.
experienced that.
Yep. I'm going to let you talk a little bit. I'm going to be right back.
You got it. All right. So, yeah, we did get actually a pretty good. Um, she did talk about the Department of Wyoming's convention and how our Triple S was able to go and do that. We went over the agenda. We went over she gave out who the MOC, the MOCA Cootie of the month is, and we went over how we can talk about. Um, we went over how you can submit your applications and how we'll talk about all the applications that come in and we'll select the best one. And just because the person, it's like if you submit them for the month of July, right? That's the one coming up. If you move to if you're submitting for the month of July, you don't have to submit them again for the month of August because the month of July's thing will work. Um, if you do know, this is just to help give recognition to some of these hardworking cooties. Um, we have a packed agenda at the end of next month with the VFW convention happening in Reno and the Supreme Convention. But guys, right around the corner, as you guys know, grand conventions have already taken place. I, the combat tested gaming chairman for the Supreme, need all grand commanders. I'll be putting a memo out after the Supreme Convention, but we'll be putting a memo right back out, and it's going to be to, um, it'll be to discuss. Shit, I forget. I see that Ash is back.
Hi,
That threw me off.
sorry.
That threw me off a little bit.
Sorry.
Oh, good. Um, I was just telling him about the convention. Oh, you're going to have to submit your grand chairman to me through your general orders. So if you're grand commanders and you're already pumping out general orders, go ahead and send one to me, because if you're not, you're going to be the combat tested gaming chairman. Yes. it's it's
All right.
very simple. It's very simple. We just need you to be a beacon of information.
You're
Another thing
smart.
that's coming up really fast is Tomb Trek. It's already almost
Yes.
July. That means it's like
Mm-hmm.
5 months out and 4 months out.
Yep.
We're sitting.
I I had to remind my treasurer to purchase the wreath.
Also, there is 3 more days left. June 25th for any submissions going into the Cootie Courier. So you got 3 days for the July edition. Uh, that is because this is being recorded on the 22nd. So if you go look in and you're like, oh, he said 3 days and it's the 27th. No, sir.
Yeah,
The
you
25th.
have 25th.
Looking at, we have the Tomb Trek, right? It's coming up. Reservations, hotels, all that is going to be before we know it.
Yep,
We need.
it's coming.
So, this is what I was just told by the Supreme Blanket Bum. Tomb Trek wreaths purchased prior to the Supreme Convention will add
Huh.
additional points towards the All Star program. Anybody looking to
Well,
become
that's
the
interesting.
captain of the All Stars, Grand Commanders, you might want to consider purchasing them prior to the Supreme Convention. And that is in
Mm-hmm.
a month, not 4 months, just so there's no
Yeah.
confusion. That's the one thing that I just kept was drilling in my head. So for you, um, I guess we can kind of look at starting to wrap this thing up. But I'd like to, now that it's a conversation between me and you, right? What
Yeah.
does the MOCA, what do you guys hope to get out of combat tested gaming?
I think I think it differs depending on who you're asking. Because if you ask my mom, I think her answer is a little bit more. actually know exactly what she would say is, Ashton, you know I'm not good at that whole online stuff. I don't know. Whatever you say, whatever you think we can get out of it, that's fine. Because when I talked to her about what socials I thought the Supreme needed for the MOCA, she was like, sure, whatever you think is good. I know nothing about social media. So pretty sure that'd be her response. As far as me, I think that combat tested gaming is, I hope that it just gets out, that we get more people involved. Um, I have a veteran who I got my nerd night started at my local VFW post, and his mom is the one who reached out to one of my members who had posted a flyer about us and got him involved, and was like, since he got out of the military, he's been basically like a shut-in. And he comes to our stuff and he plays with us, and I mean, has a great time. And he's even told me, like, this is the only time that I really get out of my house. Some of the veterans out there, they can't get out of their house. So having something like combat tested gaming, where you have access to a Discord channel that you have people in relatively 24/7. I don't think I've ever logged on to our Discord that I didn't see at least 2 people in our chat.
Right.
So you can talk to people. I'm going to eventually, I just have to find the time, going to play Elder Scrolls Online with people. I don't have anyone to play ESO on except for my sister, who I forced to play, and my best friend, who I forced to play. And the only reason they play is because I bought both of them horse mounts to play with me. So it's companionship and fellowship, and just having people who, even if I personally can't empathize with what, you know, you all have gone through and been through and are currently going through, and you know, et cetera, I can at least sympathize, and I have a unique perspective where I'm part of an auxiliary that's basically training members to be able to sympathize when we can't empathize, and to still be there.
Right.
So that's what I'm hoping to get out of it, is just making sure that no veteran left behind type of thing, regardless of what your hobbies are.
Right. So for me, right, for the combat tested gaming program, as the Supreme, whatever the Supreme Scene Tracy Woodman wants, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to support her in what she wants. My understanding is going to be to help establish a game night at least
Mm-hmm.
once a quarter. Do it during your grand conventions. They can
Yeah.
actually be done online. You don't have to have a game night sitting down with a deck of cards in front of
Mm-hmm.
everybody going, you will play solitaire. No, we're encouraging people to get together and talk.
What?
And if you're sitting around and you're playing the game of war, and you got 4 or 5 veterans just sitting here talking, and it is simple as, oh, my 3 beats your 2. Okay. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
my 4 went down, but you had a 9, so you get those cards. You know what I mean? Like, a
Yeah.
simple game, simple. That's all we're looking for, is simplicity, and just get the veterans together to talk. That
Mm-hmm.
in itself is the mission, I think, of combat tested gaming. And the
Yeah.
biggest thing is,
I.
we're here to support the father organization, right? The VFW. This is the
Mm-hmm.
VFW's mission.
Yep.
That's what I'm here to do. I have some information. Uh,
I real quick, just because I got a text message, because she's watching us, so she's just responding slowly.
I'm
She
trying
said
to figure
her
out.
answer
Oh, go ahead.
is support our veterans and attract the younger generation. Bring them into the VFW. Even if we meet spouses and other qualified auxiliary members, we have a way of reaching the veteran through them, is what she's hoping to get out of the CTG. So,
Right, and that's amazing. That is
hmm,
amazing. I love it. So
yeah.
I do have a word here, right? This is coming from our Supreme
Hmm.
Blanket Bum, that there is a pup tent that's interested in starting up north of Myrtle Beach, South
Ooh.
Carolina. So if you or someone you know that may be interested in joining, please reach out. You can get in touch with me uh, at shadow at vfw-ctg.org, producer at vfw-ctg.org, through, I think you're Arthur Ashe at vfw.ctg or
I
-ctg.org. I'm
think
not
it's actually MOCA.
MOCA.
Uh, I think I'm MOCA at. Hold on, I know I don't
Yeah,
have
it is
anything.
MOCA.
Yeah, yeah, MOCA.
Okay, so yeah. Um, you can email us, you can message us on our
Mm-hmm.
contacts, or you can come into the Discord, discord.gg/combat test of gaming. That is the central hub for combat test of gaming, but it is also a very useful tool for communicating because I can, just
Mm-hmm.
like with Facebook, I can direct message somebody, or I can say, hey, can you meet me in this chat room real quick? We need to hash out some details about what's coming up. We need to do some planning
Yep.
or whatever. And it's like a Zoom, but it's free and there's no time limit. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful tool. I just hate that it scares some of our generational.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I mean
I mean,
yeah,
I have
yeah.
younger guys too, so don't even. There's just some
It's it's not an age thing. It's
It's
tech savvy.
yeah, the it's there's some people who are tech illiterate.
Yeah.
My dad asked me to help him with his phone. My mom asked me to help her with her phone. My grandpa used to ask me about helping with his computer. Like, there are tons of people. Look at me, I'm a nerd. All right, I'm gonna be in Discord,
Mm-hmm.
but for the average person, it can be a little intimidating. But we got Alan Perkins up in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like he's over here every
Yeah.
day coming in, hanging out with us in Discord, and he's for you guys. He's got a wonderful story. I think we need to bring him on to the podcast sometime just to see what he's got to say
Mm-hmm.
and get some insight for somebody who's been in the MOC since it was started, 100 some years ago.
That'd be really cool. That's what we're needing.
Yes, old people, let's go. Line up.
We want to talk to all of you.
All of you, and especially uh, there is a CTG Arizona Discord, I guess, for those that are looking to get in on that.
Cool.
Yeah, we got immediate pass triple S, Cootie Robbie, saying that he's 100% on having Alan on. Dude, Alan's a trip. If you've ever had the opportunity to actually sit down and have a conversation with him outside of like Tomb Trek, where he's a different monster. When he's out and he's in his element as the Papa Clown, right? That's going to turn you off right there. Clown is
Mm-hmm.
in his name.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to talk to him at all.
Exactly.
He cannot wear his
He
clown gear
doesn't.
and still come on as a guest.
Okay, we won't have that, but have him come in and just talk about some of the things that he does, and
Yeah.
yeah, he's been in the VFW for like, he said he's been a chaplain, serving as a chaplain every year since 1993. That's
Right.
33 years he served as a chaplain
See,
at
that's just untapped
every
knowledge.
single. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There's a video that y'all might want to check out on our Facebook page.
Uh-huh. Lori posted the video of the shaving.
Thank you. Thank you so
That's the
much.
real reason we started this podcast, was just so we have one spot that we can all look at humiliation in our
Yeah,
members.
yes. But as everybody knows, we didn't expect Drew to look like that. We all know it. We all know it.
Mom, she goes, he's got such baby face without his beard on, Ashton. I was like, oh, you know what? That's fair. So does, I feel like so do most of you who have beards. Once it's gone, it's just like, oh, wait, is that, who are you again?
Exactly. Exactly. Well, it's been a
Uh,
blast. It has been a
yeah.
blast. You know what? For having to wing it like we did today,
Mm-hmm.
pretty impressive. So high five, boom.
High five.
We killed
It's
it.
been, it's nice to know that we can do a podcast episode where it's just the two of us just talking about Supreme shenanigans, just on the off chance we have to do it again. Because there's
hopefully
a
we
chance
won't.
we're probably gonna have to do it again.
I'm sure there will be, but you know what? For real though, guys, we did have somebody lined up. We actually had two people lined up. One of them had to cancel, which one of the
Yeah.
topics that was going to be was, it was going to be moral injury, and then we also had another person that was going to come in and talk about Big Boot, which is veteran suicide awareness.
Yep.
So,
One of my favorite programs that we do as a Supreme.
and I'm gonna tell you what, like the boot that the guy carries around is super impressive. We're
So
definitely going to have pictures of this added to our social media so that people can see this thing. I actually have a picture of my son standing in it, and then Alicia Judd also like pretending like she's wearing it. It's
Amazing.
kind of funny.
It's a really cool boot if you haven't seen it.
Don't let Luther know that I did that to his stuff, cause like I like Luther and I don't want him to think any less of me.
I know nothing. Heard nothing. What? You
Like,
saw
did
the
I
boot
just tell the
too?
whole world? What? No.
Well,
He's
and- In 2 weeks, we have our Cootie of the Month again. So please nominate. It's on the Facebook page. It'll be listed on all of our socials. Nominate. Again, you don't have to be a Cootie to nominate a Cootie. If you're an auxiliary member seeing a Cootie do incredible things, nominate our studio producer for Cootie of the Month. Mostly because we've gotten like 3 comments in our studio chat being like, nominate the Supreme Blanket Bum, nominate our producer.
yes. It's some kind of discussion here.
Yeah.
He's nominating himself. He's the producer. He's the one that made the URL. He's the one that makes the
Well,
list.
And you know what?
If no one else is going
nominates
to,
him, I'm gonna pick him.
if we don't have any nominations going in, you'll know it
We
because
got one.
he'll be the Cootie of the Month.
Yeah. So,
He says, I prefer somebody else, but
turn in those nominations, and I think in 2 weeks we're hoping to get at least one of the people who we didn't have on today on. But follow us, like, subscribe,
do you know
do all the things, and we'll keep you guys updated.
It's actually 3 weeks because next week.
Oh, that's right.
Fifth Monday
is the 5th.
It's Fifth Monday, and we have we're gonna do like Cards Against Humanity style game. Right, it's going to be fun. It's more for your 18 and older club.
Yes.
But then we will also, the next Monday is another game night, which we haven't decided on that game yet. But of course, we'll be pushing it out. We'll try to get a schedule going. And then that tells you that we have a Zoom. So prepare it, get your calendars ready. That Zoom's going to be right there around 4th of July.
And it's the joint Zoom, if I'm remembering correctly.
MOCA. Yes, ma'am.
So we will see you guys next week for fun and shenanigans, and the week after that for fun and shenanigans, and then the week after that for the podcast.
Absolutely.
Bye, guys.
Oh yeah. Boots on the ground, but we're off the clock. It's cool to trench talk. Yeah, we're sounding off with auxiliary spirit, never backing off. Yeah. From the front lines to the VFW nights, we keep it loud, keep it proud, keep it tight. Cootie trench talk, let the good times roll. Got that heart, got that humor, got that soul. Lifting vests up, yeah, that's who we are. From the trenches to the mic, we've come this far. So raise that cup of Cootie milk high to the ones we lost and no one's nearby. We carry the torch, yeah, we keep it lit with a little mischief and a lighter grit. So tune it in. with service and laughter, always me. Cootie trench talk, pull up a chair, auxiliary spirit, yeah, we're always there.